Napivawuna. Good morning.
I'm really excited that you're in the world and that you're from Connecticut. I get great pleasure.
Yes. I've been, it'll be 12 years here real quick.
Yeah.
That I've made Connecticut my home, and wherever I travel, if I'm even, overseas, when it's time to come home, this is the place I think of here in Connecticut. Specifically, a little town called Winstead. As you head out on 44 going toward Canaan. It's kind of out here. It's beautiful.
Yeah. How did you find it? How did you find Winstead? What brought you there?
Oh, geez. It's a good question. The love of my life. It's from here. This is her. She was born in Torrington, and she grew up here in Winstead. And I actually met her when I came out to do the old Skimitson celebration. And at that time, it was being held at the Hartford Civic Center. And we met each other on a Sunday, actually away from the venue. We're both avid football fans, and so we saw each other in Chuck's Steakhouse.
Really?
There, yeah. And I was up there checking the football scores and watching the game a little bit to get away from the hub and bub of the venue, and that's where we met. And I invited her to come out to the Dakotas where I was living at the time, and she came out and spent a weekend with me out there, and then she came down to Washington, D.C. to a gig I had there, and then she invited me to come up here to Connecticut to spend a couple weeks and see the area, and we started kind of a long-distance relationship, and she just said, just why don't you come on back out here, and we'll see what happens. And that was, geez, like I said, over 12 years ago.
Wow.
And magic has been happening ever since.
That's fabulous. And her name is Joanne, for those of you who are curious.
Yes,
That's
Joanne. And she's very beautiful and even more beautiful in soul and spirit. And I'm a lucky man to be walking with her.
I love hearing that. So they say love at first sight. Was it like that for you? What piqued your interest?
It was I don't know. We weren't looking for anything, I don't know, permanent, or like we were really actually looking for prospective mates, and it just there was a strong I don't know, there was this beautiful connection we were making, and I think we both realized that.
Mm.
And even though, as human beings, we sometimes have a tendency to kind of hold back because of our own experiences in life, and when you're looking at something new, we're looking at change and maybe some uncertainty, and so you have to call upon what you know, and if it's good, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you're just being. After a while, it's like you're drawn into it, and there's all the morning flags that usually go up aren't there, and so you have there's just something inside you that says that you're doing the right. And of course, it's all a risk sometimes when you look at starting a new life, and definitely one of the best choices I've made in my life.
I'm really thrilled to hear that. As I was listening to you, love has that magical power about it that lures us out of fear. And I really love that. And as I was driving into the studio this morning, I was realizing, and I could feel that pull of love pulling me out of my own insecurities and my own fear. And I really value that. I've never really taken tremendous notice of that before. But after I was sitting there with my fear, I could really feel love just luring me to just keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. And it was so magical that my attention was really placed on it. Would you have anything to share about that comment?
Yes. Things happen for a reason. And sometimes there's this thing, you think it's destiny or that's the way it is supposed to happen. There's this Northern Cheyenne round dance song, and it's a welcome song, and you dance in a circle, and you hold hands, and the song says, whatever happens, that's the way it is supposed to happen. And I believe that there are spirits that govern the day as well as the night, and we need to be open to a lot of these things, and sometimes in our concrete jungle, as they say, we skip all the signs as we're walking through it, and sometimes we wonder why we kind of blunder into the situation personally, where you're confused or scared, or again, you question why you're there and stuff. But there's other times when you're with the flow of what you're supposed to be doing, and sometimes you don't know it, and so there's this pull that you go with what you're feeling, and again, it happens at certain times, and definitely when you get up in the morning, it depends on, I'll not guess the number of things, but I guess mostly where you're really coming from the moment you get up, and as we stumble to come around and get up and move around, our intent, our look, as what we're seeing in front of us. If we look in I don't know if some people meditate in the morning, others they just have a cup of coffee and stare at the TV or something. There's a moment there where you're looking forward to what's coming next because it's the morning, and some people have the ability to just they start their day out great, and others it takes some time, and we all need to look forward to this day, and because it's a simple thing, it's what we have, and if we have love and respect and this graciousness in our hearts, that flow is so much easier when we set about our day.
Yeah.
And my elders and even the people they focus, and sometimes that's the time to really give thanks for your life, the ability to walk and see and use your hands and to stand up and simple things we take for granted, and to be grateful for our physical body, and then from there the spiritual end of who we are. Sometimes we sing a song, other times we like I said, say a prayer. We get going and try to walk in a real positive manner, to be humble and generous. The Cheyenne philosophy is if you get up and move around and meet people. You meet the animals, and I especially love the birds in the morning. And it's like they're giving us their gift of voice, and it helps propel me through the day. Looking forward to a good one.
Yeah. How do you and Joanne start your day together in prayer or meditation or with song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll get up and I'll burn cedar and we'll wake up, bless ourselves, and say a small prayer, and then we're together, and she's my manager and agent, and she does all these other things other than being my companion and friend, among other things, and so just that the proximity of where we're at in the room, and we're doing the same thing, and whether it's meditating, even or looking out the window, and definitely when we sit down to even watch the morning news, it's something that we do together, and it's there are days when we hardly even because we're so busy, we could be in the same building or same event and not really take personal time to just say hello. How are you doing? And so we realize that this time is really important for us.
Yeah.
Because we're walking this life together, side by side, and that was one of the biggest reasons why I love this woman so. Was her acceptance of that. She knew this is what we were supposed to do. This is to walk together, and I told her that I would take her wherever I go, wherever I'm. This path of music and takes me. I would wish and require you to be there, and it's been an honor. Like I said, it's just I can't say enough.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah, they say the saying behind every great man, there's even a greater woman. And
yeah,
very, very true.
So here, this is a conversation I'd like to get into more in depthly after we do our wake up prayer that you're going to gift the listening audience with. But I'm curious, with your tradition and your ancestry, the relationship between man and women are basically equal and side by side in partnership, rather than kind of the man is up here and the woman below. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's
the women have probably the most powerful medicine that this ability to have unconditional love. It just amazes me as a man. For a lot of men, there's always conditions to why we feel this way or that, or what we're going to say, and definitely what pulls our heart, and to earn one's respect and love takes time sometimes, and the love that a woman has for her children, especially. You can't find any greater energy or power. It's a very, very powerful medicine, and in my culture, the women they don't even need to wear eagle feathers. That's how we look at it, and out of great respect. The men, they put their honor and their manhood and these feathers, how important they are, and you take good care of them, you clean them, you put them up high, you wear them on top of your head or over your shoulders. around the small of your back as you dance. And whereas a woman, her medicine is so powerful that if she were to even touch one of those feathers, everything that is on there, she would wipe away. That's what the elders tell me.
Wow.
And the women, they don't need to wear the eagle feathers. They sometimes wear the plumes. They carry the spirit of that eagle, and they're they may wear them in their hair when they dance, off to the side, and so this what we say is the most powerful medicine. We have great respect for it. Our chieftainship is determined through the women. You have to be born into the chief society. You don't earn it the other, another way. So we this great respect, this sacred circle that's between man and woman is very important. And it is the woman's choice to have the man by her side. And if the man is, getting out of line or doing something he's not supposed to, the woman will tell him, "This is what you need to do." As a loving man and respectful man, I would follow her advice and do what she tells me.
Wow.
There's a great freedom and independence that when people work together in that way, it forms a really strong bond, and it can become unbreakable, and it will last forever. And so this, I adore my wife, and to be devoted to her is putting it in a simple way. To love her is an honor, and I can't say enough about this thing. And that even the old medicine women, they have more authority than even our chiefs. And it's important that we remember our sacred connection to one another, to walk with one another, not to pull one another this way or that, and to be a decent, honest human being is really important. And it makes for a strong people.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it's really beautiful. And the wonderful thing is that resonates outward to those relationships and those couples that might not feel that way, like the typical American has such a power struggle between the men and women. And it's really lovely to hear this empowering viewpoint of a couple coming together synergistically and creating strong families and creating a strong unit, and then putting that forth into the world so everybody can live in such harmony and balance, and spreading that out into the world. It's very, very important, and listening to you makes me very grateful that you're here and the tradition of your people. It's very important.
They say that to be a Cheyenne is you think of your great grandparents, and you also think of your great grandchildren. All that is wrapped up into who you are today. That's what it's like to be a Cheyenne. And then when I first heard that, it came from my mother, and then she's her name is Elva Stands in Timber, and she's I won't give her away, but she's in her 80s, and she's she's the head elder back home on the reservation, and she's one of these women that I was talking about. She's what they call a war bonnet woman, and she has the authority to set the society men straight when they're off track and things. And she's got a great wisdom about her, and whenever she this ability that she has to sense things coming is amazing. And when we walk in a good way, to have a blessing from someone like that is beautiful. And the traditional words, the very important.